going on, guys? Matty C here, joined by, as always, Eric Webster, Killer Fox.
Oh man, he did an intro.
I know, right? I got to do more intros
Yes.
and silence phones. Also,
Yep.
it's
That's not
silenced now. It's half silenced now. Also,
It's over there.
we got Pancrats here joining us.
AKA the infamous Papa Loach.
Papa Loach is joining us today. Very
From
glad
For
to
the
have him
Chivo.
from For the Chivo. Go check those guys out. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Last time I was here, I had a man bun.
Oh yeah,
You did.
Yeah, it was
did.
awful.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That
you
was a
did.
sad point in my life.
Man,
And then we pretended we were Bob Ross for a little bit.
That video has the most views on
Yeah,
our
that
channel.
video has the most views.
The most
You are welcome. Anything
I don't
with
even
Bob
know how
Ross
that
in it.
happened.
Anything with Bob Ross in it's gonna get.
I
some
wonder if
views,
it
you
was
know
the
what I mean?
tag because of Bob Ross.
Probably people were looking up Bob Ross because he had like.
And they're like, wait, he's in Resident Evil? Let's see.
Oh man,
kill a happy little dead guy right here. It'll be our little
Our little
secret.
it's gonna be our little secret.
Oh,
All right. Well, anyway, it's been a while since we've been here,
Right.
and since I've been here, I've started my backlog, or at least beaten the games that I was playing, which is nice. I first of all, I 100% Watch Dogs last night.
I did too. Man,
It was
that was very tough.
it was. I mean it was and it wasn't.
Time consuming.
It was kind of tedious and time consuming. I feel like Ubisoft's open world games aren't ridiculously hard to get 100% in.
I think the hardest part was the online trophy.
Those were annoying. I swear it took me forever to like get the bounties.
Dude, I was sitting there, and every time I would try to get one, I would have to drive like 200 meters.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, that sounds wrong. That's actually pretty close. 200 miles. There we go.
Something like that. Yeah.
Freaking Canadians. But but yeah, I had to drive that far, and then by the time I would get there, they'd either be dead by the police or another player got them.
Yeah.
I was always so mad with that.
I got the hack on the first try though.
That I actually did really well. I'm good at hacking. There was one guy that was on the a rooftop in the skyscraper, and before he could get on the lift, I controlled it, and I brought it all the way down, and he's just like stuck on the roof, just like, what the heck? And he's like trying to hit it, like he even made a drone go down to go get it, and he couldn't connect to it. I bet you anything he didn't know what was going on.
Oh no.
And then,
No.
and then like I messed with him. I brought it up all the way, just enough to where he tried to do it. I dropped it back down. And then I would let him get on it and pretend like I'm bringing it down, and then bring it right back up.
But
You know, I've never played Watch Dogs. I'm gonna be honest.
It was pretty good.
first one's like okay. Really
It sets it up, you
really
know?
it sets it up. It's really kind of a bland, almost boring game, kind of tedious.
Mainly
Dry
because of the-
playthrough.
Yeah,
so to speak.
second one, complete 180. Super colorful, new city,
gosh.
new characters. Everything's vibrant. It's amazing.
I mean,
You
just
know-
our co-op Let's Plays.
That's how like first games typically are in like series. You know, they got to
Oh,
set
yeah.
up a series if
Mhm.
they plan on it. Like the only games that it's like the first ones made it different, or like were the best games is like honestly, I always say it Fable.
Yeah.
The first one was the best.
one's the best one.
There's no the 2 was like okay, and then 3
then
just completely like it was
It's so
not even
weird.
the same story.
It felt
It's-
like they just tried to action it like as they went
Yeah.
on, and that's the same with most RPGs. Look at Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Mass Effect had a whole bunch of like RPG systems because I actually started replaying them.
First
Well,
one's
And I'm
still
like,
my
the first
favorite.
one is like so heavy in RPG.
I have high hopes for Andromeda.
Oh
I know,
yeah.
I do too. I can't
Very
wait.
high hopes because when we did the stream for the
Yeah.
Chivo with Cinema and Save Points, we had watched a couple trailers of it, and they
I
had a
was
lot
a
of
big
comments.
Mass
and-
Effect fan, so
I
was
still
like,
am.
oh,
I
man.
can't wait. But yeah, Watch Dogs was really fun. Ubisoft's gotten really good.
dude, I love you. I've always loved Ubisoft.
Yeah, they've
games,
always had a very good
I've always
repertoire.
loved Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ever since Splinter Cell,
Yeah.
Rainbow
Oh,
Six.
I thought that was I thought that was like under Tom Clancy. Like,
I mean, it's still Ubisoft though.
is it?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. Ubisoft actually owns the Tom Clancy brand.
Oh,
That's why they still pump out, Well, actually, Ghost Recon Wildlands, does it have the Tom Clancy tag in it? I don't think
it does
it did.
not have the seal of approval by Tom Clancy.
Well, because he's passed away. R.I.P.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've seen that. The
I
last
don't-
game was Rainbow
Yeah,
Rainbow Six
that
Vegas.
was the last.
Siege.
Yeah,
Siege. Okay, Rainbow.
that
Rainbow
was
Six Siege.
that was the last Clancy game. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it has the tag. Now I'm kind of like second guessing
I'm
myself.
really curious though. I don't know.
Because I know
Somebody
like everybody.
comment.
'cause usually
Yeah.
like everybody pronounces like games like that. Tom Clancy's,
Yeah, right.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, but I've never seen.
You know,
heard
I
it.
played the first Splinter Cell and I hated it so much because it goes against everything like I do in games, which is
Oh,
which is
stealth?
be so strong that you don't need to be stealthy. You know what I mean? You could just go up and just murderate everybody in that room,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which you can,
You can,
but you can't beat it.
It's very
the
hard.
tutorial by
No, you
doing
can't.
that. It does not allow you.
Yeah, and it's funny because playing Watch Dogs, now games will do it to where it'll still be difficult. You don't get ridiculously overpowered to make the game easy. You just get tools that might make it easier to sneak around.
Yeah.
What does that even
And
do
that's,
then?
That's actually what I liked about Watch Dogs 2, and then what kind of broke Watch Dogs 2. So you had like the main character Marcus.
Right.
He was a very happy-go-lucky, like fun guy, and he's just trying to like basically break the system and stuff like that. He doesn't seem like a killer, but you can kill in that game. But then they give you option not to kill. So fitting the narrative, I never killed in my actual gameplay missions because I felt like, man, then he must be a complete serial like psychopath.
Well, it's funny.
If like he kills a bunch of people and just like, hey guys, let's go watch a movie. Like
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Well, that sounds a lot like me. But anyway,
well, it's funny because I almost found it easier to just tase people and knock them out.
Dude, I love sneaking around in that.
Yeah, but anyway, that wasn't even my topic. But
way to digress.
Ubisoft games.
Ubisoft game. I'm not even gonna talk. I wasn't even planning on talking about a Ubisoft game, but
Now that we're here,
anyway, I digress. I wanted to talk about Final Fantasy 15 because I beat it, and I'm really happy about it.
everybody clap. Done with clapping. I saw him stand up. I had to join it. We had to
Thank
give
you.
an ovation.
Thank you. Thank you.
I bet you
Thank
that
you.
sounded lovely in audio form.
Everybody saw how like weird that my pants fit too. when I stood up. You know, I lost like 30 pounds in like a month, so it's like none of my clothes fit anymore.
Oh man. But yeah.
I wish I had that problem.
Well, the thing is, you know what? I wanted that Coca-Cola, but that would have been my 7th soda all year. and I
You're
don't-
doing good.
Yeah.
I actually started drinking a lot more water as well because I
I did
was really
too.
bad with the soda.
I did too, but
It's hard.
wanted
It's
I
so
wanted the
difficult.
caffeine.
It's so difficult.
No, nobody wanted to tell you, Matt, but you're kind of getting fat.
I mean, look at
Ooh, so moving on. Anyway,
Anyway, so I got about 58 hours in Final Fantasy. Right.
nice.
Because I got stuck only at one part. I got stuck at Ravis.
The Ravens one was pretty boof.
What was that?
The Ravens one was pretty boof.
that was a fair description.
Pretty boof.
He was the only guy I got stuck at, which is kind of one of my complaints about the game. It's a small complaint, but I do understand that Square tried to make this game a little bit more user friendly because they do say at the beginning of the game like it was made for first timers and long time fans, so they're trying to cater to everybody. Still a very, very good game, but I did find it a little bit too easy for a Final Fantasy game. Granted, it still had its
was
challenges.
pretty easy though, except for the chapter 13.
But as far as a Final Fantasy game, it could have had a little bit more challenge. There are like legendary monsters and bounties that you can do that are a bit challenging.
Mhm.
But still, even then, if you hoard items, you're fighting something 10 levels, 20 levels higher than you, just spam high elixirs. But either way, I had tons of fun with the game. I thought it was amazing. The ending of the game was
So sad.
so well. I mean, it was sad,
but like happy at the same time.
but it wasn't, because that's what the
It's
Final
very
Fantasy
somber.
games. That's what the Final Fantasy games always do, is they try to have like a happy ending to all their games. But it was kind of like, are they alive? They are. How are they alive? Are they not alive?
They're not alive.
Is it a dream? I don't know.
They're like, they're in heaven on the throne
Yeah.
version. Like that's what I pictured when I saw
That
the
that's
end.
what I think.
I thought, like, it was like their spirits were like still
Right, because I mean,
there, but they're not there.
Luna was gone.
She was gone
She was gone
after this
after. Yeah.
Leviathan fight.
Um.
Spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Spoilers.
Leviathan. No.
That's why I picked this one too.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. But
Hashtag shameless plug.
yeah.
Yeah, hashtag shameless plug. We killed Luna.
Sorry, Luna.
Spoiler alert, we killed Luna.
Yeah, the game obviously has a ton to do with the world, and it's huge.
Oh gosh, yeah. Dude, like, I was going back to it being too easy. I know I told you before, and I think I've said it here, but like, yeah, I was playing the game. I started rushing through the story because I loved it so much, and then like, it was that easy to where then all of a sudden I just hit a roadblock
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be a higher level than this.
That's how
Yeah.
level 10. That's how Final Fantasy X was. It was the same way because you would like blow through it, and then all of a sudden you're like at this, like you're one hitting everybody
yeah.
up until you get to like this boss, and you cannot beat this boss.
No, and that's the thing. I almost beat the boss, like using every potion that I had,
Oh,
but he just got me at the end, and I was so mad. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go back though.
Yeah.
I can't be using this many
Yeah.
potions.
Oh man, it's funny because I always say that Final Fantasy games have like a bittersweet ending, always kind of a happy ending. Not 10. I wish I could like tell you the ending of 10, but I know you probably are gonna play it eventually.
I am.
You
Yeah, I
need to
did
play
start.
it.
It's ridiculous.
here's the deal.
I have the. Game.
I have a grievance with the ending of 10 though, and I will say, they all should have died.
yeah.
They should have died. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially since it just didn't make sense at that point because it just like went against everything that happened for thousands of years.
Right.
It's like it's like, yeah, it's like just done, just donezo.
Yeah. But yeah, so a little too easy. A lot to do. The combat system, I do really like it.
I liked it.
I do really like what they did.
It's hard to get. Like it's at first, it's kind of like, huh? But
Is
then
it-
when you,
Is it like 10-2?
no, it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts, in a way.
Yeah,
Really?
it's
Yeah.
free flow combat. Like you don't like start battles. It's just everything's there. Kind of you run around and fight.
Find the battles,
You
basically.
find the
could see
battles.
them.
Basically. You can see them and everything.
Okay.
You can see creatures and stuff in the world.
Yeah, I've not played the new one. but-
It's fun. I do think that I never locked on to enemies. I found that locking on to
yeah.
enemies made the
It
camera
limits you.
angles horrible. Like I was in a fight. I actually had the most trouble with a bounty. It was like a level 30-something bounty, and there were a bunch of corals in the forest, and they were so like they weren't crazy difficult, but the fight was so annoying because it was in the middle of a forest, and there was like 10 of them, and they move so fast. All I saw was trees.
Really?
I'm just like
Yeah, the
trying. I'm just
camera
like,
camera's really wonky, but they actually it has gotten better since the updates.
yeah,
Because I remember back when the episode The Sky came out, and that camera was awful.
yes,
Like you started moving around because like that's the thing with Noctis. He has the warp ability, so he's like moving all over the place. Like you're really fast when you're doing combat.
yeah,
However, when that's the case, the camera's it's trying to play catch up the
Yeah.
entire time.
Right.
And it would be kind of hard to. I mean, like look at this section right now. He's like on Leviathan. It's like, no big deal.
yeah. I think that was probably one of the coolest fights in the game, besides the end.
That was so epic.
That was really cool.
It was pretty epic.
There's that, the combat system. Also, let me just get this chapter 13 rant out of
oh
the
my
way.
gosh. Chapter
Look-
13 was god awful.
Sometimes, like obviously, any game you play, there's gonna be something annoying you come
I'm
across.
so glad you finally.
But
this.
for Final Fantasy to have this chapter in this game,
Like-
it was so not just annoying, but so
But-
out of place for a
but-
Final Fantasy game. It was
Okay.
the most unnecessary chapter I've ever played in a Final Fantasy game.
I will defend Chapter 13 for this instance alone. The feeling of hopelessness.
That's
And they got
yeah.
that because the way the story happened at that point, you were supposed to feel hopeless.
Yeah,
But let you feel hopeless. Don't let you feel freaking annoyed.
yeah.
Like that's the point.
It's one thing to do that, but it lasted too long. It
Yeah,
took me like 4
exactly.
hours. To
If
get
it
through
was
that
like
chapter.
maybe like 10 minutes tops, 10 minutes maybe,
make it like 20 minutes
and then
or
you
something.
give you the sword, like because that actually and then that helped it a little bit.
Yeah,
But give you the sword earlier
right.
instead of like 30 minutes in. Oh, here's the sword now. Go ahead. Because basically what Chapter 13 is, you have all these powers that you can warp and stuff throughout the entire game. But then for spoiler reasons, you lose your powers. And you only get this ring that has like a charge to kill things.
It casts death.
Oh.
And it
that's
takes a second.
Death was like the worst power in 10 because it worked on 3 enemies.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. It implies that you're supposed to stealth throughout this chapter. Stealth sucks in this game. I don't know why they try to make you do stealth in this game, or at least make it better, because stealth sucks in this game.
It just
So
wasn't.
they haven't nailed the.
Well,
whole-
because it's like you can hide, but then once you get caught, you're just kind of like, okay. And I was trying to play it like a stealth thing because that's what was implied in this chapter. Is you're supposed to be stealthing around. So I was like, okay, maybe if I run away from this guy and try to hide, no, you can't hide. He's gonna keep following you. Oh, why not? Just try to kill him. Charge slash. It
Yeah.
cancels out the charge.
Yeah.
Like
The
it was
Ridiculous.
really irritating.
I actually found the other spell more useful than death, where like it basically just like opens up a black hole and sucks everything into
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would work. That would work.
it. But it used like all your MP, so you'd have
Yeah.
to wait for your MP to recharge. So, God
it
forbid
didn't-
you run
yeah.
into a big group of enemies. But in any case, it lasted too long, and then the end of chapter 13 is the Ravis fight, and then I got stuck on that, and I'm like, you have to be kidding me. What else?
That's where I had the
I had
the
to go
hard
back,
stop.
and there's an ability, Umbra, your dog. Doggo comes
Doggo.
in.
yeah,
Doggo comes in. You can go to rest points and travel back in time, because Umbra lets you travel back in time
basically letting you go back to
to
the
go
open
back
world.
and grind. Like, go back in the story and, level up and grind and whatnot. So,
Once you're super high level, you can go back and be
go
like,
back and
All right,
beat him.
fam.
It's like you did.
But overall, I think the game's fantastic.
I liked it.
I think for Final Fantasy, it had one of the easiest stories to follow.
It was really easy, but then it was still good though.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got so hooked into it. I'm like, man, how's this gonna how's this gonna go down?
You get
Like,
hooked to their friendship.
yeah.
Like that's
And
what
then that's
really
the thing.
made the game.
It makes the game when you watch the movie,
which I
watch
didn't.
the movie, and watch the anime.
Yeah.
Like what movie?
There was a Final Fantasy 15
Kingsglaive.
Kingsglaive.
Do you remember Final Fantasy: The Power Within?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
I
a
so
good
hoping-
game.
That was,
I was hoping you
Or,
would.
not a game, not that
movie.
Was a great
That was a
movie.
good movie.
Yeah.
Even
Had
though I've
nothing
never-
to do with any Final Fantasy game
No.
that they've ever made.
No.
But you know what? I shouldn't say that because it might have been like one of the first few. It
That's
could have
true.
Because
Yeah.
I never played.
I never
I
looked
started
into
with
it.
7.
I
what I
never
mean?
looked into
Yeah.
if it had to do anything with a game, but I have played 2 originals. I've played the first game is great, but Final Fantasy VI is just wow.
I played 3 and I got so fed up with it so quick because rocks and doors were identical.
Yeah.
So why can't it go in this door? Oh, that's because it's a rock. Neat.
That's
Glad-
yeah.
Glad you told me where to go because northeast is a lot of things, but it's not where you were supposed to go even if they told you. I don't care what anyone's going to say. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Final Fantasy didn't find their niche until like 7.
Until 7, yeah. 7's when everybody joined in. which I mean 7's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And
So-
then pretended to, like every Final Fantasy game.
Yeah,
Right.
and
No, listen, a lot of people will pretend to like every Final Fantasy game.
Shouting out to the Metal Gear Solid 5 bandwagon.
Cuckoo.
I will not be one of those guys. I will claim to say that I have like only played part of a couple of the games. I
Right.
can't call myself a fan, but I would absolutely love to go through all of
Man.
them.
I have them.
I know.
But do you have a PS3?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you have the 12 hours to put aside each day?
Oh.
Right.
That's nothing.
I have
That's
like
nothing.
I have Metal Gear Solid 5 and I started it one day and I got past the opening and into the open world
Wait,
and I'm like
you have Phantom Pain?
I do have Phantom Pain. You know what? I should
Why didn't you tell me you had Phantom Pain?
I know, I've had it for a while.
Man, you've been holding out on me.
I know, I should stream it.
You should.
Yeah, that way you wouldn't
be
have
cool.
to
That's
because you've
true.
already played it, and you can get my fresh reactions on
true.
it.
Okay, we'll do that because I'm doing that Metal Gear series, and for 5,
When you
You'll
get to
stream it.
5, I'll stream because I want to do announcement. I want to stream Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is the next game that we're going to be
Ooh.
streaming.
Is
So,
that Laura Croft?
Lara Croft?
Lara Croft? Oh my god.
So, yeah. Pick up Final Fantasy 15 if you've got a PS4. You haven't played
We're
it
not
yet.
sponsored by them. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
But could we be?
We're-
We are sponsored by Coca-Cola. No, we're not.
just putting this out there for no reason, but
You
if
know
you are
what's-
watching,
you know
I
what's
do have
funny?
a red shirt.
He has red on.
I have red and white on. Also,
And I do a lot of coke. No, that's
Coca-Cola.
why I'm snorting over here. I don't know if anyone's heard me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do.
Eric, you've been really astute lately. What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you are very
I
accurate.
I lost like 30 pounds.
Ah.
I keep snorting. No one's gonna believe me.
That's funny you did that because in Final Fantasy, they
oh
have
gosh, the cup noodles.
they have a lot of hilarious like shameless plugs in this game.
Really?
Like cup noodles.
Oh, the
There
Cup
is a
Noodles
side
quest.
there is a
It's so awesome.
hilarious side quest where you go to a town and you find out that this vendor, this cart is selling cup noodles. And it becomes a side quest to go get ingredients for cup noodles. And literally every ingredient you find, like Gladio, one of your partners, is like, it's an infomercial. He's
Yeah.
like, we found the onions, a great ingredient for cup noodles. Let's go take this to the...
Oh
And then,
my
like, when
God.
he actually gets it finished, he's like, "Cup noodles. It's the greatest cup noodles that you could ever find." And he goes on a monologue for like 5 minutes, and I'm like,
I
"Is
wish
this happening?"
I wish they have like sriracha in there. Like that would be just hilarious if they just had like a sriracha. You know, like
No, that would
no.
be great, though.
like sriracha and cup of noodles.
But yeah,
like,
and then
goes
they
together,
have
you know what I mean?
what kind of grill do they have?
Oh, everything.
It's
Because
like
you can
sponsored,
you
like,
can go
real
to
live grills. Like,
yeah, you can go to campsites to camp and train, and like that's how you level up because you
Right.
you hold your XP and then you have to camp or rest to put your XP in and level
which
up.
is a really cool feature. I like.
I
that.
liked that.
I preferred the sphere grid. I really
the sphere
did.
grid was awesome.
It was a great idea. The way
It
that
took
they
me
implemented
forever to get used to.
I was gonna say I just started it and I was like,
It's-
"What the heck is this?"
It is extraordinarily complex.
I'm like, "What?"
I will let you borrow if I didn't
Uh,
already. Let you borrow the Final Fantasy X strategy
I'm
guide.
probably gonna need it.
You'll need it for, at
Okay,
least
I'm
for the
gonna
sphere
need it.
grid.
How far are you along in it?
Not far.
Not far.
I found what's her face,
Uh,
the chick that's gonna be in X2,
Riku.
Riku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Riku. Isn't that the chick from Kingdom Hearts?
The guy.
The guy was-
Riku has
Riku,
like
yeah.
almost everything to do with the first
Oh,
two games.
okay.
So, but yeah, Cup
I just
Noodles.
started doing that too. So yeah, I skipped one, and the card game crap. I wasn't gonna do the card game.
Final Fantasy card game.
Not Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, they have a
That
card
Chain
game?
of Memories.
Oh, Chain of Memories.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
Chain of
'cause
Memories.
It's part of
was-
the stories. Like that. It's part of the storyline. So
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
I'm
it's
just
like in between 1 and 2, so that's
Yeah.
why I skipped it.
yeah.
I read on it on YouTube the story.
The
Fair.
one that I'm most excited to play because I have played 1 and 2, and I did play I actually played Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance.
I'm thinking of just skipping 2 and just do Birth
Um,
by Sleep so I can get onto the
No, you
HD.
better play 2.
You have to play 2.
2 is better than 1. 1 was horrible. 1
One
was
was
dog
bad.
dirt.
One was pretty bad.
All right, I will say that. And I will
I know. I'm
look
loving
me
2.
in the eye face.
No, see, See, this is the thing. I'm loving 2, but time-wise.
Oh, it only took me 20 hours to beat it. The whole game.
It's shorter than the first game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long it was going to be.
Shorter than the first game.
About
Okay.
20 hours.
But yeah, I'm most excited to play Birth by Sleep. That takes place that takes place between 2 and 3, so it'll lead into the third game from what I've heard. And there's a lot of new
by
like
Sleep.
powers and stuff, and
Isn't
you can do
Birth
the
by
whole.
Sleep the thing in the HD remake, too?
Yeah. Birth by
I
Sleep.
thought that
is-
was a prequel.
Nope, it takes place after 2.
Seriously?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So, gosh, I'm waiting for new information on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Truthfully, I can't wait for 3 to come out, but I actually like I do have a grievance with the ending of 2, and that was like how they got out of the realm of darkness, and it was just like the power of friendship. Was just
That's
about
the
it.
big thing with the game is the power of friendship, and I wish there was more to it, but okay.
And then Mickey Mouse comes in, huh? Like,
I saved your guys' butts!
why in the realm of darkness, huh?
Okay.
I want him
so-
to be like ridiculously dark in
Yeah.
the third game, because now see they have Disney in the time of them developing the third game. Disney has acquired Marvel and Star Wars.
They better
Right.
add a Star Wars world.
So
That'd
I
be-
just
If
want
they
like
had a Spider-Man world, I would
Oh,
I would
man.
literally
New
crap
York
every
City.
single's pants.
swinging around with Spider-Man. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think like what they'll
Yo,
probably
like
do
you get
is
like a
like
Spider-Man Keyblade, that would be so sweet.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
I
just
feel like it
cool.
would just be like called Marvel World and include all the Marvel characters since
Yeah.
that they had the IPs anyway
Yeah.
instead of doing separate ones.
well, it could be like the world of the Avengers too. You know what I mean? Like, and they could easily
And
just
then have
fit that
them in,
whole in
yeah.
because that encompasses even now Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's
Oh
true.
man, yeah.
I feel like that's why it's getting pushed.
And then watch like Thanos be like one of the leaders of the
Yo,
darkness. One
that
of the
would be
leaders of the
so
darkness.
crazy.
He like leads the darkness.
Like
he's the
after
villain in
Organization 13 fell, you know what I mean? Like Thanos was just like, I've been waiting for this moment.
yeah.
You know, just like Thanos is the most powerful character in Marvel. Like, by
Oh
far.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So, all right,
So-
I gotta stop nerding around
Yeah.
here. So,
All right. Well,
But-
any more thoughts on our original topic? Final
Fantasy.
what was it?
What was that again? That's
Final
usually
Fantasy?
that's usually what happens with my
Yeah.
segment.
It
I-
goes off.
I just
Side
go
track.
on tangents. That's just yeah.
Here's the circle of what we were talking about. Here's where we were.
Yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Thought it was great.
Oh, I think we can actually score it now.
I
I don't think
can.
we scored it.
I don't think.
I think we.
you-
It was just a discussion.
It was just a discussion, and I think you gave it like where you were at in the game. You would give it this score.
That's true because I didn't think I beat it at that point. I
I
think I
think-
just got done with chapter 13.
Yeah. So yeah, I would honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 9. 9 out of 10. The only
Oh,
point
I did. Yeah, I did score it because
I
I,
think
said
you-
9, and I said I was gonna do a 10 until chapter 13.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember saying that.
I
now.
think I'd have to give it a 9, and the only thing, the only reason I'm not giving it a perfect 10 is because chapter 13, the combat and
crap.
camera angles are kind of wonky, and the game was a little bit too easy for my taste. I still enjoyed it a lot, but a little, it needs a little bit more challenge.
Getting too easy.
It definitely like it sounds just. I haven't played it obviously, but it definitely sounds comparable to 10.
Yeah.
In gameplay wise.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's
It's a lot
pretty
of
cool.
fun.
So emotions with this game. Well,
Lots of
like, I mean,
emotions,
just
yeah.
Even this section right here
Is this
is where she. No, it's where she hid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's sad.
Why are you underwater?
She died.
She died.
She gone.
died.
Oh, why
She
kinda
gone.
like-
They're like
they're kinda-
in.
In like a vision.
So is that Unalesca's and what's his name's kid? Because even though they just like here's the deal in the American version, nobody knows this unless you actually looked into this. In the American version, in the Japanese version of Final Fantasy X, Yuna and I can't remember the character's name now. The main character, Titus.
Titus.
Yeah. Titus and Yuna in the American version are like kind of like a love interest.
Yeah,
In the Japanese version, they are strictly friends.
yeah.
Seriously?
Which
They're
is
strictly friends.
which is great. It puts a whole nother dynamic on the game.
Oh.
That being said, the PS4 remake is The Japanese version of the game.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Really?
It's the Japanese version of
Okay.
the game.
Honestly, I would have actually preferred that because at the end when they don't get together, you're just really disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
sorry to ruin that for
Dang.
you. They're supposed
I
to be
wanted
friends.
them to be together
They're
already.
just friends.
I could see the way that he was looking and
I-
she was looking.
Here's the deal. The whole pool. when
it's
they're
a
in the
story about
water
friend
scene,
zone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
It's a
story,
story
of the,
about friend zone.
It is. That's like one
Final
of the jokes.
Fantasy 10
That's
friend
one of
zone.
the jokes of the game. Is like it's Titus is just in the friend zone.
Okay,
He did
so-
all of these things. He killed his dad. He did this. He did that, and he got friend zoned.
He killed his dad?
No.
No. There's so much more to that game,
It's
dude.
just like
It was an example.
his dad. I thought his dad was already dead.
It was an example.
There's,
So let's just close out
Yeah,
here.
let's
if you
wrap
like
it
this
up before
video,
we
make
spoil
sure to
more
Subscribe, because I'm gonna get mad. Subscribe below. Share us a like. All that good stuff, and as
like,
always,
share, subscribe
have a good one. Peace.
Like for the Chivo.
and like for the Chivo.
for the Chivo.
It'll be in the description below.
Thank you.
Peace.
I love you.
Okay.